Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of FSI DFS Fantasy NASCAR Picks. I'm your host, Megawar31. A little different format here. Had a little bit of a medical issue last night. I'm perfectly fine, but right now in the ER recording this quick. Again, I'm fine, but just want to get something out quickly to everybody for the truck race tonight. So this race is on a shorter track here. It's a Gateway. It's outside of St. Louis, so there's definitely going to be some dominator points that you're going to want up for grab, 160 laps here. And it seems like there's like two really strong teams here, Thor Sports and Tricon Garage. So Majeski and Rhodes, the Thor Sports guys, for only the third time in Thor Sports history, both have the pole positions. Here, I think they're both cash plays, and I think you can pick either one for Dominator. Majeski was fastest in practice and has looked good. I just haven't really seen him finish a race. That's the only thing that kind of mildly concerns me about him. But definitely think he can get out there and lead early, but you're definitely going to pay for it. The nice savings on Rhodes. Maybe you want to pair both of them up here, and if they find out it's hard to pass here, and like we've seen in some races, then that make a lot of sense. But I'm starting my lineup with Akis. He looked good in practice, second fastest, and had probably the best long run speed I saw. So even if he doesn't lead early, I think he'll get out there and definitely be able to lead some laps. Hosafar and Friesen are good for GPPs. Hosafar definitely does well on these types of tracks. Friesen just hasn't put it together this year. He's getting closer, but not quite there yet, although he does come back as the number one in composite speed. Zane Smith is always in play on these shorter tracks also. Runs really well here, and I think he'll definitely probably have a good day too, and there's a little place differential upside, and he could lead and win this race also, so I think he's in play in cash. Garcia, pretty GPPs here. Don't know if they're going to finish in the top 10. Nicolas Sanchez, very talented guy. We've seen him hang out in the top 10 after qualifying up here and being able to stay there. So definitely think that he can finish in the top 10 and do well. Edfinger, a little pricey here. Sixth in practice, didn't have top 10 long run speed. So worried about that a little bit, but definitely could be a dark horse GPP play. Bailey Curley, probably the only one that I can recommend in cash. I was going to say he's starting too far forward, but he's been so solid. Fifth in practice. He ran one race last week or a couple weeks ago in the Truck Series and just did pretty well. I think he's a very talented driver. I think this is a decent truck. So it's going to be risky, but and probably in price in no man's land. But, I'll definitely have one share of Curry and a lineup for me. Ankrum, the Grays. Ankrum didn't look great in practice. His numbers are decent at this type of track, so GPP. The Grays, the Tricons have been pretty solid, but they didn't have top 10 long run speed, so I'm okay if you round out your lineup with them, but this 8K range is probably going to be like no man's land if you're trying to get the 10K guys and the value guys in. Matt DiBenedetto is always GPP. This truck, he's a solid driver, but the truck doesn't always hold up, so he did really well at North Wilkesboro, the 5th average running position. He's got top 10 average running position with the tracks like this. So I think you can definitely keep him into consideration, but I think he's going to be a GPP for me. Dean Thompson, same thing. Daniel Dye. Tony Brenninger got the call up because Corey Haim's not in his truck, the 11. Jesse Love is taking over. Jesse Love was supposed to drive the one truck this week. He's been on fire, Xfinity Series, in ARCA. He's won 3 straight. Has really good numbers on this type of track style too. 5th place composite average, but again, that's an ARCA, that's not in the Truck Series. But even though he was needed a booster seat in it because he's a different size than Corey and Haim, who's out sick for this week, and this is a good truck. He's got a really good crew chief and Zimpinzelli there, so I think he'll definitely be someone to consider. But Brenninger also somebody to consider because she did pretty well her one run in Truck Series. She had another one scheduled coming up also, but they called her to come and do this because they believed in her, and she actually qualified just right ahead of Haley Deegan. They both ran decent laps. They looked decent in practice, so I think Brenninger's more of a GPP just based on experience, but I think Deacon can definitely be a cash play. And I think Love, I would play in cash also. Definitely going to have some exposure to this young guy. Everybody says that he's got the pedigree of Kyle Larson, but, I kind of hope he has the pedigree too of Ty Gibbs when he just kind of splashed on the scene coming up from Arca and Xfinity and just kind of took over a couple years ago. So hopefully good things come from him. Jack Woods, I know it's hard to play him in cash, but it's a Kyle Busch truck. It's the best Kyle Busch truck here. And even though he's got like 29th overall average here, he was 16th in practice. There's a little bit of place differential here starting 21st. At his price tag, I think he's fine in cash. Colby Howard, same thing. I'm okay with him. Lawless Allen, GPP, I think he's going to probably finish where he starts, so that's fine. Connor Jones, I really like this Dorf Sports truck here. He has the crew chief from Ben Rhodes that Ben Rhodes had last week when he won the race. Ben Rhodes now has another guy who is supposed to succeed the guy that he had as crew chief. So like with this swap here, for Connor Jones, they're really investing in him to give him the resources and the truck and in the team to go out there and be successful. I don't think it's a 24th place truck, 14th in practice. I think you can definitely get up into the top 15. So a little bit of place differential, not going to set you back a lot in the salary at only 6,300. Really like to play. Burt Holmes, the GPP, just a little too up and down for me here, but if you last man in for cash, I'm fine with that. Hackers starting a little bit too far forward. Don't really trust the truck. This is going to be a fade. Timmy Hill, GPP. I mean, he's solid. Not a ton of upside, but should finish around the top 25. Keep the truck clean, but not too much more. Boyd and Mills and these young trucks are GPP. I mean, there's some other worse guys, so I don't think they're going to fall completely to the bottom, but I think I don't expect a ton for them. Stephen Malozzi, I'm not super excited about, especially in a Ringum Brothers truck. He could finish close to last. Clay Greenfield actually is a pretty cool story here. Clay Greenfield used to have his own team, and then he moved to Cook Racing Tech, which it have that still as a team, but that's incorrect. It's a new team that he's on with this 95, and it's actually the sponsor, some outdoor pool place that sponsored him for years, and his wife bought the team. So it's kind of like a family-run thing, and I think they were interviewing him and really talking highly about this program and this team. Don't think he's going to go out there and win the race, but I don't think he's a 31st place truck. So I think you can play him in some GPPs and feel confident at 5,600 with him. Josh Williams, not even in the player pool. Norm Belling, if he was going any slower, he'd be going in reverse. Not going to finish on the lead lap. And then you have probably the two chalkiest plays on the slate. Matt Crafton, who couldn't qualify because he failed inspection 3 times. So there were some penalties for that, but the truck should be fine. And Rajah Cruz, I just have him as cash and not a prime play because there were some mechanical issues. Hopefully they have it all figured out. Speaking of mechanical issues, who was it that had smoke from oil? I think it was Chris Hacker. So just keep in mind on that. That's another reason I have him as a fade. He had some smoke issues in the cockpit during practice. So hopefully it's just an oil line, something simple, and they have that fixed. But if not, just be aware of that truck there. So I think probably the chalk is going to be like Majeski, Rhodes, Crafton, Kruth, and then fill in 2 other guys. And that's why I'm kind of going a little bit off there. I'm taking Crafton. I might put Kruth in my cash game, but I think I want a little bit of leverage on the field in case something breaks there or he doesn't advance and be like complete smash play. Give me Connor Jones, give me Eckes. To be a little bit different up top, and that's how I'm going to build, and you see the rest of the cash plays to fill in. So that's what I got for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Hit me up at SchmegaRiddler31 on Twitter. I'll probably have to get some sleep because it's been a long night for me here, but I'll try to check before lock to see if there's any questions that need to be answered. You can always sign up for FSI DFS on NASCAR package. The information is in the description of the video, and I really appreciate you watching these videos and sharing them with your friends and subscribe to our channel. And if you haven't done so yet, please like the video, subscribe to our channel so you'll know when these videos are coming out, and continue to share with your friends. So hope everybody has a great Saturday. Check out my Xfinity video. It's one that's a speculation video because it's same day practice and qualifying. So that's going to be a tight window to try to get those lines built. And then I should, if everything goes well, have a cup video for you tonight. So thank you for watching. Appreciate it. I'm MegaRuler31. Good luck on your contest. I'll see you next time.